What's up, Facebook? Hey, we're going to have some fun. I'm going to throw this on the FM. If you're watching on social media or you're going back and listening on any podcast platform, share this information out. It's going to be really beneficial to you, and you're going to see why. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. It's 11 o'clock, and we are going to be talking to a couple of my favorite people with the city of Texas City. Good morning. How are y'all doing today?
Pretty good so far.
Good,
How about you, Darcy?
thanks. I'm here. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So we got Tom Munoz and Darcy Valenzuela. Tom, can you say, what your role is with the city, and then we'll let Darcy say hers as well.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, everyone. Yeah, the emergency manager, coordinator, and then the Homeland Security director for the city of Texas City.
Darcy, what about you?
I'm the marketing coordinator for the city of Texas City.
And those are both, they're important jobs, right?
Absolutely.
Do y'all get to work together often?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah. There's been a lot of stuff taking place in the world. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. One of the things that is slowly creeping up on us is the hurricane season. Mm-hmm. And what does that mean? How should we be prepared for this during this time? There's enough going on. We don't need any of that.
Yeah, and it crept up. It's here already.
It's here.
Today's the official kickoff date. So yeah, in the past we've given the information on what to do, what not to do. However, this year, as COVID-19 has really changed the way we're going to respond and do things. That you're going to probably see. You're going to have to put a little bit more in your bag. We do have our face mask pieces, but obviously
Mm-hmm.
the mic could be difficult. But we have done. There's a lot's going to be taking place. For example, before we could just pull people out of water and just put them in a vehicle, in our high water vehicle, and take off. Now we got to consider the COVID issues. The mask protection. Prior to coming here, Darcy and I had already done our screening process of temperature readings. Have you been around anybody with COVID-19? Hand sanitizers. Flu-like symptoms. Those type of things that with this makes it a lot easier for us to maintain that safety. But it is going to be different this year. It's going to be very different. More time to evacuate, I think, as far as the process in itself. So it is going to be a different scene picture.
Yeah, and the weather has already been a little all over the place. Like this past weekend with the rain and the winds, I saw some pictures in Texas City that there was some action going on, I guess, near the dike. What's been going on out there? Have you guys know?
Well, last week we had so Darcy, just FYI, she is like godsend, no pun intended, but she's awesome because we have the social media piece that anybody that knows me,
Yeah.
I hate, but Facebook is just not my thing. But social media is how people see things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, we did get some information on we put out some information on the dike, which what you're seeing is a couple of things. Last week we did have a strong wind shear that was, some people thought it was a tornado, confirmed with the National Weather Service. High winds turned out fences, voids, for example. You mentioned that. So those are the things that did occur, and we're starting to see the trend. And this year we're going to have a very active hurricane season. As a matter of fact, they're predicting 13 hurricanes and 6 to 10 major hurricanes. That's as of this morning.
Is that all in the world or?
Yes.
Okay.
Not Texas City.
Is that for us? What are we doing? What did we do wrong? Can we hit the? I've seen that
reset
meme.
Button for real.
Yeah. And let me correct myself. It's 3 to 6 major hurricanes, and if and they're looking at Category 3. That's the definition of a major hurricane. But if you remember, Hurricane Ike was a Category 2.
Yeah.
So, that's the severity of what we're looking at. So it's going to be active.
So we need to start
average.
preparing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now.
You need to start preparing now. So
right now.
What should people do? What can they do to be prepared for whatever may come?
Well, obviously with everything else, we advise to get 1 gallon of water per person for 3 days, enough food for 3 days. But, I always say, hey, let's over prepare. And if you have we got to keep in mind that if there is a disaster, you're not going to be the only one standing in line for food and groceries. So let's just do 5 days, 5-6 days. If you have medications, you have to really start planning. Some people, I like to tell people 2 weeks of worth of medication, maybe 3 weeks. So if you're down to 1 week's worth of meds, it might be a good time to get your doctor on the phone and start refilling that prescription. The other thing that we're very proud of and we're pushing hard, and Darcy's been instrumental, is we're talking about, together against the weather. And what it is too many times we see people who might have some type of need as far as, the physical side, or just the elderly in general that might live by themselves, and they need that extra help to evacuate, to leave. So that's one of the programs that, thanks to Darcy and Dio. Oh, by the way, hello, Dio, if you're listening. Can make it today. I love that guy.
I miss Dio.
I miss Dio, too.
He's doing good?
Oh, yeah, he's doing great, man. Dio just...
I'm picturing him in my head right now.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
We love you, Dio. But we have Together Against the Weather. And what it does as a prior first responder, just gives you who's your hurricane helper. And it gives a phone number, name, and that way we could reach out to them. And together with that, we have a lot of times as a prior Houston first responder with City of Houston Fire Department, the hard part was medical information, what was happening. This gives you your medical condition. Sometimes somebody might be unconscious. It's got the medication, the medical data that you need, medical conditions. So this is a huge help that we're also giving out with this. And Darcy's going to talk about where those are going to be placed in City Hall. So here's one for you, a little gift from us.
Cool.
City of Tech City. But yeah, so those are the things, make sure you follow, make sure if you're going to evacuate, do you have a location where you're going to? Do you have your kit ready, which is going to be your water, your food, your medication, cell phone batteries or cell phone adapters if you need those. Remember that, fully charged. Just having your plan. If you go to buildaplanbeready.gov, it gives you just all sorts of checklists that we can do. So, and of course, our social media that Darcy's going to be talking about.
Right. We have a very important message from Tom Munoz that shared on our city Facebook page this morning. And so about general hurricane safety, what he just basically told us just now. And then for the rest of the week, though, we're going to have, how to pack a hurricane kit, what you need in it, steps you could take to protect your pets. Don't forget them. They should be a part of your hurricane preparation plan, and you should have things set in motion for them to make sure they're safe. Also, if you have livestock, I know a lot of people in Tech City do, so what to do with them. And we're also going to have a virtual town hall meeting where we visit with city officials, and they can kind of tell residents how they keep Tech City safe, what goes on in the event a storm takes place, and things like that. So it's going to be a fun week. We got a lot of giveaways. In fact, there's one we're gonna give away today. It's a hurricane kit right next to Tom. You might see it there.
I can see it. It's by Tom's feet. If you're watching on Facebook, it's right there.
Remove it.
Yes.
It's great. You want to see it, Darcy?
Of course I want to see it.
We can pass it to
What's
Darcy
in there?
and pull out everything. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and comment on this video. Say, hey, I need that. I want to be prepared. This is from the City of Texas City. What's in there?
So we have a little pouch with all kinds of goodness. There's a hurricane guide in there for 2020, the File of Life, and the Together Against the Weather magnet that Tom just mentioned. There's also a fun activity book for children to do. We have lots of flashlights, things like that.
A lot of them.
Yes. This one's, what is some kind of...
Is that a radio?
Yes, a rechargeable weather radio.
It only goes to 99.5 FM, which...
That's it. And your Facebook, it's it. You can get
need.
Facebook now. It's got your 99.5. That's all you need.
That's all you need. And it's, we, for Galveston County, whenever you need to know information, like the emergency management, we are the voice, we get taken over.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they push the message out.
No, this is a weather radio, and it's just AM, FM, just gives you the alerts that you need. So.
Yes. We got your standard general first aid kit. There's a poncho in here.
For style and for protection from the rain. Yes.
It's clear. Little pill thing. And something that is going to be new in everyone's hurricane preparation kit this year is face masks. So each kit giveaway will have a box of face masks in it. I know this looks like alcohol. Sadly, it's not. It's just hand sanitizer. So
yeah, it's a big old bottle of hand sanitizer.
Yeah, and some rechargeable one-time use like batteries, but you can charge your cell phone and things like that with it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And so we're going to give that away. If you're watching on social media, hey, let us know. Say, I need one. I see there's some comments already coming in saying, how do I get one?
And a glow stick.
Oh, the glow sticks are fun. Your package that I gave you has one.
It says some glow sticks in there?
Yeah, you can, and it's helpful for us at night. We can actually see you. And the ones you have in the package, they blink, so it's easier for us to It's right where your fingers are at. It's a pretty cool little deal.
I see it right there at the bottom.
Little flasher that sometimes they come in handy. Darcy mentioned the hand sanitizer and the mask. You know, to your people, definitely remember those. Any type of facial covering, we have to do that. You know, as I mentioned, COVID is changing now the way we do things. Having your hand sanitizer, having your facial protection, your mask, your facial coverings, it's now part of it. You know, COVID has changed the way we do things, as I mentioned already. And CDC is, you know, that's one of the recommendations from the Center for Disease Control on that, and that's going to help with the hopefully the flatlining. You know, those are some things we got to remember. That's a little extra in your kit. You know, if you go, we're starting a campaign real soon on giving away the facial masks, which these are sometimes difficult to come by, but you do have your standard that you can order online. But this is what we're doing just to help the citizens out there maintain their safety and their health, more importantly.
I feel like we got a head start on hurricane season, at least, you know, with everything taking place with the coronavirus. It felt like hurricane season, but there was nowhere to go. You know what I mean? It's like everybody, all the stores were out, but that was kind of the feeling. And so I think that people will be taking it more serious because they see what can happen when the stores are out. That's not a good feeling. So you need to be prepared now before a storm is actually here on us.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I highly agree with that one. That comment.
Yeah.
FEMA's already put out, you know, COVID-19 response with hurricane season, how us as emergency managers, as, you know, social media, how we're going to be able to push that message out, some things to consider now that in the past hadn't had to be considered. You know? So those are some things to remember as well.
Darcy, you mentioned, and Tom mentioned as well, you know, things changing the way that we do things as well. So you said something about a virtual town meeting, or where can you view that, and what are the things that are going to be discussed?
That's going to be on our city Facebook page and the Texas City Emergency Management Facebook page, and that'll be this Wednesday coming up. I think we decided, was it 4 p.m.?
Yeah, we're going to get back to you in the logistics.
Yeah,
we're trying to, when you're starting to do the Zoom meetings, those are very complicated.
Oh, yes. Lining up everybody's schedules. Man,
yeah, exactly.
But I can tell you who's going to be on it.
Yes, who is?
So we're going to have Police Chief Stanton, the Fire Chief Zach Roll. He's going to be there. Tom, Dio, all the major players. Jenny Center with Texas City Lamar Chamber of Commerce. She's going to talk about, you know, what businesses can be doing to prepare for the hurricane season as well. I mean, we all know how to take care of our homes and what we need for our families. Now, what should you do for your business?
And I think the animals, too. Animal control.
Amy Snyder with Animal Control is going to be there.
She's awesome. Amy.
She's very passionate.
For the safety of animals and some things that we don't consider, you know.
Yeah. So we're doing a giveaway today of that kit. Is there any other giveaways that the city is doing in the coming weeks that y'all can share about?
I think I don't want to get in your lane because she gives me that look.
No, I was ready.
Yeah.
And to you, Tom.
No, she's great. Like I said, well, you know, some of the now with the COVID, it's changed things. So we're getting, Dio did a great job. You know, we decided we were having so that's upside down. So the coloring books for the kids, you know, they can use. Keep them entertained other than Fortnite and videos. You know, some activities for them. I think the library is where we're in City Hall.
Library and City Hall, you can find
start picking up your file for live or file of live coloring books, any hurricane information that we're going to have out there for them.
I've seen the library is open. They've been allowing, you know, people to come in, which is really a really good resource. Absolutely. And it's brand new and beautiful. So, you know, the people are going to be able to use it in a safe manner is really important.
Yeah, it's open Monday to Friday, 9 to 4. You know, so we have that going. Luke's done a wonderful job with that library and full of energy. You know,
yeah, I love Luke, and I've talked to him, and I don't recommend y'all ask him what he's reading because this is going to go straight over your head. I'm like, Luke, what are you reading lately? And I'm like, are you making this stuff up?
Right.
Yeah, no, he does. It's crazy. It's like you're humbled very easily.
Yeah, I'm like,
you're not reading Sports Illustrated,
and this is what I'm reading. You know,
exactly.
This kid's coloring book, and Luke is like,
Darcy, now what chapter you want?
I got the magazine.
I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, he's phenomenal, man. It's just good. Some of the books that he pulls out there, we're like, well, yeah, it's more than 100 pages. You've lost.
There's a chapter, yeah.
Wow, it's got 3 chapters.
It's a little much for me. But it looks very interesting to somebody.
To somebody.
Not to me.
3 copies sold.
Yeah, I love. Oh no, but one's probably available at the library in Texas
Yeah,
City.
it
for
is.
sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's one thing we can always find
Mm-hmm.
in our library.
Sure.
Yes. So we're talking to Tom Munoz and Darcy Valenzuela with the city of Texas City, and we've had Darcy in for years now.
Yeah.
She's one of the first people in an official position somewhere who was like, I guess I'll go on there and see what's going on. And
You guys are great.
Yeah.
You were holding
Y'all are
out
fun.
on us, Darcy?
Yes, I actually did it with the
did.
chamber.
She was all
I got
like,
to do the weather report one time.
Yeah.
I really
She was out there.
liked
I don't know if I can speak, and I thought it was going to be
she's
her
been
first
doing it the
time.
longest.
Are you
She's been doing it the
serious?
longest.
Come on.
But he's the pro. He's got all the hurricane
No,
info.
Yes.
It's a great team effort. We got a great team in the city of Texas City. God, great people.
Yes.
Everybody together. We're a good, happy family.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know, and Mayor Doyle, he's going to be. I think he's leaving his position, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so is that going to be next year, or when is that? When is that term?
Yeah, this is his last term.
Don't say that. I'm gonna get choked up. Don't say that.
Well, I'm just
Don't
saying,
say-
like, can
I
we
love
can-
that guy, man.
Can we
He's-
convince him to stay? Like, in light of
Right.
everything that's going on,
Can
it's like,
we?
let's just not change too much because we don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
I think Mayor Dole and the Dole family just amazing. Hey, I know. Remember when I first interviewed, he says, I don't call. He's a civil servant, and he says we serve the community, and that is so true with our culture that we have. It's just amazing. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So maybe we can convince him to stay.
That's a good idea. we need something regular like in our life right now. But I guess the important message that we are trying to share today is that hurricane season is upon us. You need to be prepared. What's a website somebody can go to learn more?
You can go to www.texascitytx.gov.
Or the National Weather Service, the WWNWS for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of the stuff that we're getting from them, we switch it over to Darcy, and we're keeping up with that. Especially if you do hear that there's a storm brewing coming our way, that's when you're going to start getting a lot. And if you also want to get the emergency alerts, mytcalert.gov.
Yes.
We should
And
know
you can
that.
sign up your cell phone, and then they're going to get pushed straight to your cell phone, right?
Yeah, and Darcy's got.
Yeah, you'll get
exactly.
phone. You'll hear me. I'm the one who calls you.
Yeah, we like to
you'll
use
hear
the
my
calm
voice.
Awesome, yeah.
Let me see.
right there on that
This
one,
one.
Darcy. She's our marketing person, by
I
the
know.
way.
www.mytcalerts.com.
Yes.
.com.
You know, in
Yes.
Texas City, y'all have a ton of amazing events that are open to the family. I'm guessing for the rest of this year, for the most part, those are going to be postponed.
Yes, safety is always the first thing that we think about for everyone. And right now, it's just everything's a little uncertain. We don't know what we can and can't do. I do know that, like you had mentioned, the Moore Memorial Public Library is open for Texas City residents, and the Lowry Fitness Center is now open. So I think you can do their cardio room, their weight room, spin room, and they do have one gym available for walking, but no locker rooms or anything like that.
And I know that they're starting, we got a great parks director with Dennis Harris, and he's Jay Harris. There's two Dennis Harris in the city. There's a fire marshal. But he's looking at June 15th, starting to do some more organized. And once again, this is as per the governor's executive order, what's allowed, what's not. But I will tell you that the golf course, but we take the precautionary measures, preventive measures, the social distancing rule, until this gets flatlined, hopefully.
Yeah, and
It
then
will.
and we'll get through this and hurricane season, and that's one thing. I guess most people in general, but our area specifically, having gone through Harvey and all of the other stuff that we've gone through, we've seen people come together, rise up, and get through this, and so that's what we are going to do now. And
Exactly. Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
We will.
yeah,
And we are.
is there anything else I'd like to share while y'all are here today?
You know what? When we do have a campaign, and just Darcy was instrumental. We got 3 posters. I bought one. We always talk. She did this, by the way.
It looks good. I like
Thank
it.
you.
You
Thank
might,
you
you
very
might
much.
recognize some of the pictures from Google Image.
Stock photos.
No,
I do.
We
but this is what we're pushing to: protect yourself, protect your family, your community, protect Texas City from COVID-19. Wear facial coverings, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's stuff like that just to remind people that it's still active. I follow numbers every day, on how the county's doing, how the city's doing. So those are the things we got to really just keep in in mind that it's still here and
Yeah.
still a possibility.
I will say that it does feel more comfortable, even from last week, just being able to go outside, which I'm no expert at all. You know, I bring in people like you and talk to the, doctors and ask them, but it does feel like it's a little bit more comfortable, like the mentality, and that's maybe not a good thing. Maybe it is a good thing. I guess we'll see and just monitor the numbers because we can't argue against numbers.
Yeah, monitoring numbers, and sometimes you do worry, from my standpoint about the complacency, which, but we get it, we understand, but that's why we're pushing for the facial coverings, the hand sanitizers, the wearing the mask, disinfectants, everything else, the screening that we have in our buildings. If you go into City Hall, you'll see the access control of, even when we go in the city, the commissioners, prior to making entry, that everybody has to be screened, and, the 5 questions, and, the temperature readings, and, those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because this thing's very aggressive.
Yeah.
The virus is very aggressive.
So, yeah, you just got to be smart. And I think, things that like, hey, you shouldn't be up on somebody, wash your hands, and just continue to do what we have been doing and not forget. In spite of everything else that's going on in the world, or like you mentioned, it's hurricane season. It's coming up on us. But put that stuff in your kit. And if you need to get rescued or some other stuff, or I don't know, it's just things that you don't think about.
But I rest assured that we're having our meetings, planning how that's going to look, check off lists. We're establishing our pandemic response team. Like if something does happen, they're going to go before and start setting up so the citizens can be protected. So we could be there to work for them and ensure that they have everything they need. If we have to, get them out of harm's way, we can have that screening process. So there's a lot of planning going on behind the scenes that we're continuously doing. We started back in March actually, start planning because it's going to look different this time. So yeah, there's a lot of planning.
All right, Darcy, remind people, one more time how they can go and follow the City of Texas City, and maybe even check out that the town meeting and all that stuff.
So you can follow us on our Facebook pages. That would be easier, at City of Texas City on Facebook. And then you can also go to our city website, www.texascitytx.gov. And we're just going to share all of our videos. So just keep watching our social media all week long. We got 4 hurricane kit giveaways. And some lucky winner is going to win an HP Chromebook laptop.
Me.
So...
Yes.
It could be Gardy.
Wow, it was Gardy. Wow,
yes.
how'd that happen?
Yes. So y'all keep an eye out. It's going to happen.
That's awesome. So more giveaways coming from the City of Texas City for sure. And if you are interested in this hurricane kit, preparedness kit, let us know. Feel free to share this out and say, hey, I need a kit. I want to be prepared. And shout out to the City of Texas City for making that happen. You can see all the stuff in there right now.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Everybody stay safe. Thanks.
This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM.